Hi!
Hi!
And welcome to the Talkies. Hey, three filmmakers are going to talk about movies. That's what we do here at the Talkies. I'm Kenny.
I'm D.
I'm Taylor.
And today, a very rare treat.
Very rare.
Yes, because it was a few weeks ago. We were recording an episode, shooting the shit, as it were.
As it were,
like you do.
Like you do.
And
I
D's,
do.
And then D's all like, hey, I never seen Jaws.
Yep.
And we're like, what?
Yep. I'm not proud of it.
What the fuck?
I still haven't seen it.
What the fuck?
You were supposed to watch it.
Oh, dang it.
What
Dang.
the
Oh,
fuck?
Okay,
shoot.
we're going to pause the show.
Okay.
You're going to watch Jaws
Okay.
right now.
All right.
All right, we're back.
All right.
All right, he watched it.
I watched Jaws 2.
Okay. Dang
Jaws
it.
2?
All right.
We're covering
Anyway,
Jaws 3.
Jaws, there's only one, really, that matters.
Apparently.
Yeah. Spielberg, I don't think, had anything to do with any of the sequels.
No, I don't.
I like how
no.
they use the same cover on the other ones, too. They're just tilted.
Yeah,
It's
they're
a little
barely
different,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
The most unwarranted sequels of all time.
The shark is back.
Whoa!
That ended on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, like
dude.
what's gonna happen
Yeah,
next?
what's going to happen now? I don't know. Anyway, so we watched Jaws, and that's what we're talking about today. And so, what are our hot takes on a now like 40-year-old
75,
movie?
1975,
Yeah,
Was it 75?
75.
That was in the 60s.
it's like it's a pretty
Nope.
old movie.
Old movie. Anyway, I'll go first.
You have the hottest hot take since you just saw it.
Just saw it.
I just saw it
Actually,
too.
I did watch it this morning.
Yeah, I watched it
Oh,
this
really?
morning too.
Nice.
Wow.
But I've also seen it like 20 times.
Same.
It's it's great.
Good hot take.
Yeah, it's a great
Wow,
movie.
dude.
Great movie. It's kind of funny because it's an old movie, and you guys know how I feel. For some
Yeah,
reason,
you have a hard
Yeah.
time with older movies.
I do, and this one I didn't. So
Yeah. Well, it's like
that's
the
been Richard Dreyfuss.
it's the prototypical blockbuster.
Yeah,
Kind of paved the way.
Yeah,
This
it
is
really
like-
is.
this is like the most Spielbergy.
It's
Yeah,
super.
whatever.
And what's crazy, it's only his second feature,
It feels like a
Yeah.
second feature from him.
but you see his fingerprint all over.
Absolutely.
You know, and it has the same kind of efficiency that you see in movies
Yeah.
like Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Yeah.
Back to the Future. It's just a freaking lean
They're lean movies.
movie.
Yeah.
Not a moment that doesn't matter.
Yeah, and he kind of, in a way, he kind of made like a proof of concept Jaws in Duel. Yeah,
Duel's like the same thing.
it's the same thing. The dude's like he's getting like hunted down by one like force of
One entity.
yeah,
evil
an entity is
Yeah.
wreaking havoc and terrorizing an everyday man. Yeah, Jaws is. Oh yeah, my hot take. Jaws is great.
Whoa.
I have the same hot take actually as both of you. I would use the
Whoa.
term great and feel pretty confident about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll just
This is so surprising.
great.
great.
Yeah, turns out one of the most famous movies ever made is Warranted. Yeah.
The first blockbuster.
Interesting.
So freaking good. It's funny. They had, it's sort of like film lore now about how they had to recut the movie because when they first were showing the original cut to audiences, they were revealing the whole shark in its entirety like really early in the movie.
Yeah.
And they lost the audience. The audience just stopped thinking it was scary, and it became kind of just a silly monster movie. And so now the like famous film lesson to come from it is that that real fear comes from the unknown, from the thing you don't see, or is just hinted at or suggested. And,
Yeah.
But even at the end, seeing all that footage of this shark they had built, and I think it's still pretty damn convincing.
I was telling
Yeah,
Amy,
I mean,
I was
a
like,
bit
I
of
think
it
it's pretty
is.
good.
The fact that it's a shark helps because they already have like dead eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
yeah.
stiff
Yeah,
anyway.
they look kind of like that anyway.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Sharks kind of look like robots.
Yeah. But damn, a lot of it was, I think, in the cutting. I think
Certainly.
they cut in and cut out at like just the right moments
Absolutely.
to not give away that this was a fake rubber shark.
Yeah, I remember one shot in particular. It might have even been like the first time they like show a fin of the shark or whatever, and it was after those kids did their fake one.
Yeah.
And then someone else sees the shark. I think it was around that time. And they cut to this shot of the water, and it's a wide shot, and it's just broad daylight, and there's this fin that's like sticking out, and it's moving through the water, and then it submerges almost immediately, but you see the ripples and the waves, and it happens so fast, and it's also so obviously like it's very convincing that it's a shark.
Yeah.
And it was kind of scary.
Yeah.
I I peed and pooed a little bit.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
The footage of it in the water. I mean, especially shots that were from above the water looking down.
Yeah.
Were just utterly believable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I like those quite a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was strange actually that the movie's structure was like half build up this idea of a scary shark and then half battling the shark.
Oh yeah, the movie's half
Yeah.
over when
Yeah.
you still have half a movie when they get on the orca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was odd. It was an odd structure, but I loved it.
They also build up to the problem immediately.
Yeah.
You know, first thing,
Yeah.
person's eaten by shark.
It's funny, yeah, because you're talking about lean, like so the problem was introduced, like you said, immediately.
Yeah.
But also the solution, right after the solution happens, then the movie ends, just rolls credits.
Yeah, there's no jokes.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
like shark
literally-
dead.
the first scene
Yeah.
is the inciting incident.
Yeah, and then they're like, shark dies. They're swimming to shore. Credits roll.
Credits. Yeah.
You know, yeah,
I love that.
yeah. You know the still to this day I've seen it so many times, but the shot of the shark exploding and then it's like corpse sinking into the water is still one of the most convincing viscera gore effects I've ever seen.
I really liked all the
Like it looks
gore
so
stuff
good.
here.
Yeah.
So good, especially the shot of half a shark sinking and the blood billowing out.
The way the blood
and
looks
the
in the water.
chunks in the water. I'm like, that really looks like they blew up a shark.
Yeah.
It really does. Like it's hard to believe.
That explosion is awesome.
It is so awesome.
It's great.
They
yeah.
got so much blood churned up in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
When that boy gets eaten at
That-
the public beach and all the blood at that
Yeah.
point when the blood comes up,
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy.
That got me a bit. Like
Yeah.
when that scene happened, I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Steven, come on, man.
Like think of the children.
Yeah, making me uncomfortable here, man.
He's killing the children.
It was I love that about this movie. There's some things about old movies where they I don't know, crossover lines, I guess, that we've built now with more modern movies. Things like that, like killing kids.
Yeah, like Jaws is a PG movie.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
rated
wow.
PG.
Yeah.
See, no.
PG-13 didn't exist at the time. I was reading about because you mentioned the structure feeling kind of weird.
Yeah.
I was reading that because this movie is based on a book, and some people, some producers read it and they're like, "This would make a good movie. We should make a movie of this," and they all agreed or whatever, and then they got Spielberg attached, or he really wanted to do it, and then what Spielberg decided to do was he read the book and he thought the book was amazing, and he particularly loved the last third of the book. And he said, he's like, I'm going to throw out the first 2/3 of this book and kind of loosely follow it, not really just kind of set it up. And it's all going to build up to that last third. And when we get to the last third, we're going to follow it to a T, exactly how it goes down in the book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that might be how it...
That's on the orca, I'm imagining.
Yes,
that
exactly.
last bit.
Yeah, the whole orca sequence and the last shot.
Honestly, the orca sequence, I feel like, should have been the whole movie.
The whole movie
You
exists
can tell the
for
movie
that.
wants that too.
Yeah.
Wants that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything else is super lean, and then when it gets to there, it fleshes out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
that's when you really get into those three characters.
Yeah.
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 The
And
movie
what
exists for
characters.
those scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell the filmmakers didn't care about anyone else in the movie about those three. Yeah. They're such great characters, all three of them.
Yeah, they are really good characters.
I forget the name of the captain, the ship captain.
Quintus?
Yeah,
Quint.
something like that.
Quint.
Yeah. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's
I
awesome.
hated that character.
Really?
Yeah.
He just felt real to me. He
yeah,
felt super
maybe
real.
that's why I hated
He's a
him. I don't
seaman.
know. Yeah, he was really off-putting for some reason. I'm not
Oh
sure
no,
why.
he's supposed to be off-putting.
Absolutely, yeah. But,
Like
like,
definitely not endearing.
I don't know why, but there's like I find a lot of the old seafaring people in stuff and like other media really fun and endearing and like haha he's like a deadbeat, but it's interesting.
Now all his friends were eaten by sharks. He's messed up.
It's probably because a lot of
messed
movies have like parodied that character.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe could play that character hella good.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
I give you that. My fairite character in this is Richard Dreyfuss's character.
Oh yeah,
Always
he's great.
is.
Yeah,
I thought he overacted quite a bit.
maybe
I thought he was great.
Maybe
I loved him in it.
Yeah,
loved him. He's the youngest I've ever seen him.
You know, it's weird about his character. I like his character a lot. It's funny that he kind of plays like I guess he's like the scientist of them all. So he's kind of
like a trust fund kid.
Yeah,
scientist,
like man of reason sort of deal. And I like that a lot. It's funny because that's kind of pretty different for like Richard Dreyfuss, who's like he's a comic actor for the most part, isn't he? Or am I wrong about that?
He's kind of all over the place with his roles.
Oh, okay.
Honestly.
I know him most from What About Bob?
Yeah, okay.
He's very funny in What About Bob?
Yeah, that's a really different character.
Funny in Close Encounters.
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually very grounded in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Holland's Opus is a favorite of mine.
Right. Right.
Spielberg followed this up with Close Encounters, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so he had his favorite there.
Yeah.
That was Spielberg?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't... For some reason,
Spielberg was making it at the same time.
Oh my bad! No,
Lucas was making.
I was thinking
Star Wars.
No, I was thinking of a different space movie.
Yeah,
I like. Yeah, Close Encounters is super Spielberg.
And what's really wild is that this movie broke every record and became the biggest film of all time, and it held that position for less than a year.
Really?
Yeah, because Star Wars.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 77.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because like Jaws was so much bigger than any movie that came before it, like so much bigger.
Yeah, massively overshadowed.
Yeah. And then it got booted in a year.
That's great.
That is kind of crazy.
This movie is super well edited.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, edited by a woman too, which is very rare for that time period.
Who also another woman edited Star Wars.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Oh, coincidence?
Our female editors, man.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
We were talking about those characters. The three characters are definitely the three like main guys at the end are the most fleshed out. Mm-hmm. But it's the antagonist force that's not the shark, which is the mayor or whatever.
the Parks and Rec kind of.
Yeah, that
people.
guy, whoever.
The guy with the anchor.
Yeah, with the suit,
yeah.
and he's like, "We gotta keep the beaches open."
Yeah.
He was a very one-dimensional force of conflict.
I liked when he got all like emotional, disillusioned at the end.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
And it is good. Even as a one-dimensional kind of character, it's not really bad. It's serviceable.
I like when him and all of his cronies seek out the sheriff at the very beginning. It's like they corner him on that little barge, and they all get out of the car, and they're like, "We hear you're closing the beach." You know?
That was so weird to me.
It was like they were the mafia.
Yeah, I loved what Spielberg did with it, and that it was that basically like a mafia kind of thing. But it was weird to think that Parks and Rec people, who are kind of just government run, would like want anything to do with trying to save beaches so that they can have more profit. And like, who's paying for things? Like, what are they selling? I don't understand.
No, that's definitely a thing in these little towns that just their entire economy of the town depends upon tourism
like the one
coming
thing.
in. You know,
it's like why did he get on the beach and be like, go in the water? Why does it matter? Who cares?
Because it was
go spend money.
I think by then it had become a matter of ego to him. He was
Probably
just pissed off.
Just get in the water.
He was like, I have to be right about this. Everyone's going to swim today. Get in the water.
That was so funny.
Spielberg is so playful with his like blocking of people.
I love that, the blocking in here.
Groups of people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The sense of claustrophobia and panic.
Yeah.
When everyone's trying to get out of the water at the same time.
The
way they shot it.
The shots are super narrow.
Yeah.
It made me
narrow
feel
shots.
like panic.
Yeah, you're like
myself,
freaking out.
You know?
Yeah.
And when they show the kid with the fake fin, like every time I'm like mad at those kids.
You stupid
every
little
time.
shit.
Yeah. I am upset.
Yeah. Yeah, they get close-ups of people screaming and everything. I always thought it was funny that every time they pulled people out of the water, that they always have one person who just goes limp for some reason.
That happens.
Yeah, like I don't know.
You have someone, getting like trampled as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dolly zoom.
That dolly
That
zoom
is
is iconic.
Yeah.
That is the
It's
best
probably-
use I've
it's
ever
probably
seen.
Yeah,
the
it is probably the best dolly zoom
Only
ever.
great use of it I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Maybe in The Shining it was okay, but the
Well, and Vertigo itself.
yes, but that's definitely the Jaws one is the
That's
best.
the best one, yeah.
because you see reality crashing in on the sheriff.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, God, I did not want to be right.
Yeah.
And it's because they built it up before that with all this context of like building his paranoia, like over and over, where he's just overreacting to
Yeah.
everything. He's like,
Uh-huh.
oh, she's screaming. No, she's getting okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
good.
such an extreme use of it too.
It is, yeah.
And so good on Spielberg to just do it that one time,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh, yeah. To
Yeah,
not repeat
not
the
throughout.
shot.
yeah, not repeat
Even
it.
Vertigo repeats it.
Yes, and there were other moments like it in the movie where they're seeing something terrible happening, or shocking.
Yeah.
But he only did it the one time, and it makes it all the more special.
Yeah.
You know what I wish wasn't spoiled for me was because this movie has been so iconic. Was the shot where he's throwing chum and he's not looking, and you see the shark,
And the
coming
shark
back
comes up.
Yeah,
You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming,
'cause
and I
you've
was
seen
looking.
it.
Yeah, I've seen that shot so many times, and I love that edit. That edit is so good to me, and I wish I could experience it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's like one of the best jump scares of all time.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I did actually get scared in this movie.
And you know what's cool?
I was
all those jump scares,
boat.
all the scares in this movie don't come with musical stings. They usually come in silence.
the one
Yeah.
under the boat
Yeah, with the body.
had something. Yeah.
Oh, the body did.
Yeah.
I meant like when
The other ones don't. Usually with
yeah,
the shark.
When he's in the cage
Uh-huh.
and
Oh,
the shark comes from behind.
that was awesome.
And you actually
Yeah.
see it for like a whole 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just silent. Just
Yeah,
crashes.
I love that when he went underwater and then just everything went silent.
Yeah.
and you just, whoop, whoop. I'm just like, oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's my shit, man.
And really, in most of the action, the music was minimalist.
Kinda. Then there was
Especially-
some moments that were more Danny Elfman.
I felt like in all the in between stuff,
Yeah.
his score almost became a little too much.
Most of it was, all of it was amazing.
yeah,
yeah, I'll
it's
say
a
that
great
much.
score.
Yeah, well,
It
it's
reminds
iconic
me
for
of, like-
being minimalist.
Yeah,
I mean, outside of the obvious stuff, it's the rest of the score felt very like Jurassic Park to me.
Oh, yeah.
like super
Yeah.
like
It feels
we're in a
really
whimsical
good.
place.
yeah,
Yeah.
feels really good. No, it's funny.
Sean
the more
Williams.
the more older
JW.
the older stuff of what's his name, of Spielberg that I watch, the more I'm a fan of his movies. I'm just like, this is so good. This is what films should be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
well,
was
you know
pretty
what?
damn good.
It's because it's not just that he's good, it's that he was so good and prolific that he himself became the definition of what's good.
Or right, and
Right.
I wonder if
Our
that's what's-
ideas
Yeah,
of what makes a good movie
Yeah.
is Spielberg.
when I was in film school, that's what it was. Spielberg, Kubrick, and that's it.
It's like
and Hitchcock.
Yeah, like Spielberg is responsible for like modernizing
Yeah,
movies.
where they build this world, and we've talked about this before. Spielberg has this quality about him where it's just the Spielberg universe, and it kind of broke me and Taylor when we talked about Ready Player One, because he was talking about technology that is kind of in the future, or right on the cusp of contemporary, like VR sets and stuff. But it was taking place in his universe, which is different than here, so it felt weird.
And he doesn't have the same energy these days
Right.
as he did in his heyday.
Right.
That's for sure.
That's true,
I can't say he's made a movie like a Jaws or like a Raiders of the Lost Ark in the last like almost 20
20
years.
years.
What do
Yeah.
you think? What was the last one that felt like it had that Jurassic Park
I know.
energy? Was it
I know exactly the movie.
what?
His last super great film it was Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
That was the last one, I'd
Well,
say.
I think he just crossed into a new era for himself personally.
Correct. I
It's
agree
like,
completely.
I have nothing to prove.
Yeah.
I just want to make what I want to make.
Yeah, I mean, like that's why
I
you
feel
see
like
like
that-
a movie like Lincoln.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's unrecognizable as a Spielberg movie, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I feel like that's the same with Ridley Scott now, where Ridley's just like, I'm just making movies, man.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Munich. Did you see Munich?
I didn't see Munich, so I wouldn't say.
I mean, it's a great movie, but it's that same thing where it's like, I'm going to try some new things and make my tribute to the Munich story, but it's not a Spielberg movie in the traditional sense.
Have you seen The Post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, the same thing.
let me phrase it like this: has Spielberg made a movie as great as Saving Private Ryan since Saving Private Ryan?
No, I don't think there's
Not that I know of.
Close.
No, Ready Player One. That overtook it.
West Side Story.
Oh, West Side Story. Oh shit, I forgot he made that.
Nah, he's just having fun now. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an old man.
Yeah. He's an old man.
But I mean, Scorsese's even older, and he's still turning out some of his best
Irishman
movies.
is like it's like one of the best
Silence.
movies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been hyping Silence to D for years.
Yeah, I just got to keep silent over here while you guys are ripping. You know this movie?
Jaws.
Yeah, it was good.
Dun-dun.
Da-da.
You know what was nice was that it didn't kill the movie to me that the theme that I had just heard it over and over and over and over for years. The fact that it was in the movie was just that it was in the movie.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about you as soon as the movie started, and I heard that score.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I wonder if Dee's going to be able to escape just the influence of pop culture.
Yeah.
Like the response to hearing those notes is to laugh almost.
So something else. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's the Pops commercial.
The Pops commercial.
Remember the cereal, the corn Pops?
I don't remember
It's
that.
like, I gotta have my Pops. Dude, yeah.
Gotta have my pop.
Yeah. What's his name? Jesse
Fiend.
Pinkman actor was in one.
What the fuck?
He was in the.
Aaron Paul?
Yeah, Aaron Paul.
After a role of a lifetime?
Before.
Oh shit!
I'm thinking of the Juicy Fruit
that
commercial.
was his role of a lifetime.
Where he's like getting the juicy fruit out of the guy's pants.
What the hell is he doing? What is Aaron Paul doing?
That was good. Aaron Paul is like the best '90s actor.
That's funny because he's not
like
from the 90s.
No, he's not. No, but he looks like he belongs in that era.
He probably would have had a bigger career if he was the same age in the 90s.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should give him some advice about that.
You should. Yeah, being a '90s kid.
Like you should go. Yeah, like I'm speaking from a true '90s kid, Aaron. You should go back to the '90s where you would have had a flourishing career. And not be overshadowed by your one incredible performance in an extremely successful television show that you'll never be able to escape from, and you'll have to resort to voice acting.
You talking about Westworld?
Is he in Westworld?
He is in Westworld
season 3.
Congratulations, Aaron.
He did it. He made it.
You've done it.
He's pretty good in it too.
I love Aaron Paul. He's a great actor.
I feel like we've gone off the rails.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think what else to say about this movie. I was gonna say that it's okay. So when you were saying that you thought about me during the music part,
Yeah.
I was wondering about all of us and the way that we talk about classic movies, and how the culture of filmmaking informs our opinions of them. Like when especially Kubrick, but if you look at Kubrick's actually the best example. So if you look at like a Kubrick movie, you ask any filmmaker or any Orson Welles movie, you ask any filmmaker about them, and if they haven't watched it, then they'll watch it and they'll immediately think how amazing it is because of what they've heard about this filmmaker. And I think we do the same thing when it comes to Spielberg or any other kind of master filmmaking. And I was really trying to remove myself from that mindset, but I'm not really sure if it's possible. I was trying to go into this almost brain trying to isolate myself from the outside world, but it's not really possible. But I liked what I encountered with that mindset.
It's hard to. It's probably impossible to do.
No, yeah, it's complete.
Well, I was watching Jaws when I was a kid, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But you didn't know.
I've never disliked Jaws. I never have.
Yeah.
I've only had good experiences watching it. But what I was curious about on this viewing was if I could really get into a movie I now know this well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was me too.
You know, how like predictable am I going to feel, and
So how did you feel about it?
actually I got way more into it than I thought I would. Like
Yeah.
I had a joyful time
Nice.
watching
So did
this
I.
movie.
Exact same here.
And honestly, there are other movies from the era that I enjoy just as much that don't quite do it for me as well. And I think it comes back to the edit and how lean of a movie this is. It
Interesting.
flies.
Yeah.
It's like going on an amusement park ride.
Yeah.
There's no time to really sit down and go, well, was that really a smart choice? That it really sucks you in.
The parts that I love so much about, I think just filmmaking in general, is like when we watch a movie, or at least when I watch a movie, I'm stepping into a certain kind of cadence when I'm watching it, and then I come back and watch the movie again and step directly into the same cadence, and it makes me love the movie even more. It's like amplifying the highs and unfortunately the lows also. But it's like when I watched what was it, Matrix Reloaded. Right, I was able to get back into the 8th grade mindset that I had, even though I may not have been in 8th grade. I don't remember. But I was able to, just get back in there and just enjoy myself the way I would have before. And I feel like that's probably what would have happened with Jaws also. Mm-hmm. It's definitely happened with Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Jurassic Park's another one of those movies where it's just there's just no lulls. Right?
Yeah.
There's no stupid parts.
That's weird, man, that we talk about fatty movies that way. And I agree with you so much. Like I wonder what did that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to put my finger on, because if I was looking at the script of this movie,
Yeah.
I probably would have looked at the scene where they're drinking and sharing their stories and showing scars and singing songs, and I probably went, that's probably a lull. That we really slow down there. Maybe we,
Yeah.
But every time, that's the most riveting scene to me.
So
I love that scene.
I actually rewatched that scene because it was a lull for me at the time, because I was watching it in the office. It's just not an ideal place to watch it. So I was distracted. I went back and I watched that scene after I finished the movie, and I paid attention to the guy's story. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. Especially because it goes from them being really silly.
Right, yeah.
Talking about their scars.
Joking
and
about
stuff.
scars, yeah.
And then all of a sudden he mentions the ship he's on, and he's like, you were on, oh shit.
Yeah. And and then has this rich history with sharks.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
Weird.
and then him saying, I'll never wear a life jacket again.
Yeah.
And then that scene, he pulls 2 life jackets
For
off.
them, yeah.
Hands it to them. And he's like, here we go.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's just good filmmaking.
Goddamn.
Good stuff.
Goddamn, he did it.
He did it. Spielberg did it.
Yeah.
What a triumph.
This guy's a good filmmaker.
Too bad
He's
Quint
gone
got
somewhere.
chomped up. I love that scene.
That is such
That's a great
cool
scene.
He slides into the mouth.
Yeah.
and
He's so
he
awesome.
Spits out blood. And,
That's a slow death too.
Yeah,
before a
that's
shark attack.
messed up.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is the most gruesome part of the whole movie,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
And it's
great.
intense.
This movie would be rated
PG.
R.
Yeah, so back then...
On gore alone,
they
it would
only
be rated
had
R.
2 ratings to go on back then. It was PG and R.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so the dividing... It took a lot
Yeah.
to say R, because it meant don't bring your families to this movie.
Right.
At all.
Yeah.
So
So
our
this would be a
movies-
PG-13 then.
It would,
Today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Maybe R, because the gore is pretty
The gore
profuse,
is pretty prevalent.
but probably it's a PG-13 in tone.
They also would have had a more... the only piece that doesn't hold up in this movie is the prosthetic of the man who's in the boat underwater.
Oh, yeah.
That dummy head that pops up. In that
Yeah.
The worms in his
with
eyes
big
or
old
whatever, or the
eye
anemone.
pops.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
kind of generic.
Yeah, that bit a little schlocky, but
Yeah.
we can forgive.
I'm not.
Fine, hold a grudge.
Fuck you, Spielberg.
yeah,
They
have some more
you
convincing
bitch.
mannequins.
They didn't use any night shots with the shark. Like, I was pretty surprised about that.
There was
I
wasn't
think
like
it was probably too difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because this. I was also reading that this is the first movie that was shot on the ocean.
on the open ocean.
Really?
No
Ever.
tent.
Did they have
Yeah.
soundstage at all for any
No.
of this? Really?
All of it was on the
Because
Atlantic
during the
Ocean.
night part, I was like, this looks like a soundstage.
It looks like a tank. Yeah, because the dark is so dramatic.
Good, yeah, because it's really pitch
dark.
black.
Yeah.
And it's dark
crazy,
at
man.
night on the ocean. It's
Right.
dark.
Because there's no,
Yeah.
there's literally no
nothing.
lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also legendary for being like the most difficult production of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They had so much go wrong.
Yeah, they nicknamed the mechanical sharks would break down constantly at all the time. That the crew nicknamed the production Flaws.
Yeah, and saltwater was ruining equipment
Oh,
left
wow.
and right. Apparently, tons of footage was scrapped and ruined from saltwater exposure.
Wow.
And there was this immense pressure on their editor to come up with ways to get around all this missing footage.
That's crazy.
And she freaking
Yeah, it's freaking great.
did it.
Yeah,
It's freaking
Pretty
great.
incredible.
It does not feel like there's any missing
Yeah.
footage.
Yeah.
and you got this like young new director too doing it. So
Yeah.
like people were like,
Wow.
I
That's
don't know
crazy,
about this
man.
is gonna, and it's like grossly over budget
Yeah, and over time.
and over schedule.
Yeah, they went
Nice.
way over schedule.
They literally
so-
went double their
Yeah.
original budget.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
at the
Damn.
Spielberg has talked about that he was certain it was a career ender for him.
That's what I feel like. George talked about Star Wars.
Star Wars had the same thing.
That had the same kind of thing with the sandstorms.
Maybe
in
that's what we need to
Tanzania.
do. That's the lesson here.
Gotta have
Go
that.
over budget.
Go over budget, have a horrible
Have a horrible
production,
Save it in
and
editing.
make the biggest movie of all time.
I forget who I heard relate the story, so that kind of messes up my retelling of it. But someone who had worked with Steven Spielberg, I don't remember who it was, but he said he was in Spielberg's home and like just waiting in his lounge, and there on the bookshelf is the original shooting screenplay from Jaws.
Oh wow.
And he's pulling it out and he's flipping through it, and he flips to the bit where the sheriff is throwing the chum in, and and he sees the shark for the first time, and he backs up slowly, and then Quinn sees him with the look on his face, and then he says, "We're gonna need a bigger boat," right? The most famous line
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
And he said, in this screenplay, it's handwritten in ink.
Oh really?
That line in Spielberg's hand.
Yeah.
That he had written that line on in production is when he had
That's
written
cool.
that in, So they had come up with that while they were shooting.
While
So
shooting. That's
what-
awesome.
I was a little demystified because when that happened, I love that line, but then the scene goes on and he keeps saying it. He's saying, so we're gonna get a bigger
Really
He's
boat,
like
right?
serious,
He's like-
though.
yeah, he's serious
He's
about
very
it.
serious.
It wasn't a quip.
It wasn't a quip. It was
like,
like,
that's
we
funny 'cause
can't
it's the-
survive. We need a bigger boat.
I told Amy about that, and I was just like, oh, that
It wasn't a one-liner.
It wasn't a Marvel
plot
joke.
device.
it wasn't a Marvel.
Yeah, it was a practical. He was like, "We have to get out of here. This boat will not do."
That's crazy.
You know what's funny is that I forget his name, but the Richard Dreyfuss character, I feel like he had a better boat.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like with all the
Why
big
didn't
lights and
they take
everything.
His boat.
Because, you know,
He's got all
uh,
this fancy equipment and stuff.
Quint would not stand for that.
No,
he
I
would.
guess
He's
he
like, "This is
wouldn't.
my boat. I
Dude,
need
I
my
feel like
equipment."
you take Richard Dreyfuss's character, you take his boat and his sonar, and you just like shoot a missile at the thing, right?
Right. Yeah, man, that's funny.
He didn't need a sonar. He just needed those buoys.
That was so
Those
cool.
booty
That was
things.
yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. What an effective way to get around the difficulty of
Uh-huh.
showing
Showing the
a
shark.
shark.
Yeah.
Just having
Yeah.
these barrels pop up.
Yeah.
And then there's the menace.
And
Yeah.
you can know
You're like,
right where
"Oh,
he
When
is.
it was
close.
menacing, you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
without
Yeah.
looking under.
And literally,
without-
there's like a guy in a scuba suit
Doing
tugging
something,
around
yeah.
these barrels on a rope. It's like super simple and so effective.
It's good,
I
man.
love that.
Yeah.
It is
I don't
really
even
good.
know if fishermen do that with sharks. Is that a thing? But
It's a thing.
it was, I'm sure, but it was a great mechanism.
Yeah.
I want to say something about context-driven cinematography when someone views it for the first time. There's a lot of iconic shots in things like 2001: Space Odyssey, or anytime that someone says cinematography, then you see the hallway scene from The Shining, and you see 2001, and you always think about these grand shots. And there's a shot in here that feels like it's the same kind of shot, almost like perfectly, because it's shot on film. That like the way they're able to capture the dynamic range of the light when they're out on the ocean is amazing. when Quint is sitting on the top of the is that little part?
They called it like the pulpit or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
the very front of the
diving board.
Yeah, so when he's right in front of the diving board, he's standing on it and he's holding the freaking gun with him, the harpoon gun, and he's like kind of smirking, looking back at the guys after they just already missed the shark, and now they're driving the boat back.
Yes,
and
I remember this.
Yeah, and the shot is amazing.
Yeah,
technically amazing.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that shot anywhere, like ever listed anywhere.
And that does feel like a grand shot too. It feels
is.
huge.
It's and it's huge because he's in silhouette, but he's at the same time you're seeing all the detail in his shadows.
Yep.
And you're also seeing the sun behind him. Which is insane.
Yeah, what?
That's not easy to do with digital.
It's absolutely not.
Not easy to do with film, but they're really not easy digital.
So it's there, and it's an amazing shot. But I think what's happening here is that the context to those other shots that we're talking about, like the 2001: Space Odyssey, where he's going through the tube, or The Shining, where they're going down the hallway, the center weighted shot. People look at those shots, and because of the context of them, because they remember, oh, that shot in The Shining was the really scary part, or that shot in 2001 was when he was about to go out into space for the first time. But this shot in the Jaws is literally just like
another shot.
Yeah, to get to the next sequence.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing shot. And I just thought that was really interesting.
There was a shot that blew my mind where, I mean, I don't even know if you guys even noticed it, but there was one of these shots that you see a lot in Spielberg films where it's almost like it's a rotating triangle. So you have the captains at the front of the boat, you have the sheriff at the side of the boat, and you have Richard Dreyfuss up there steering the boat.
Yeah.
And it's like the boat turns or the camera moves. I couldn't quite tell which one, but we get in one shot all three of them passing frame in this very dynamic way, and where we see them all.
Yeah.
Right? One, and then the next, and then the next, as if they were on a triangle that's rotating in front of the camera.
That's awesome.
And they're on water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, how many times did they have to try that
Right.
to get that right? Or was that just pure luck?
I'm imagining it's probably somewhat luck, because they're probably going around the boat with their other boat.
Like it looked like something you would have to really choreograph to get down, like to pull off. If we did it in the parking lot right now,
we couldn't do it.
It would be hard.
That's funny.
And they're on water.
Yeah. We've shot in boats actually before. And
It's
that
really
is not easy.
That was a frustrating long day when we shot on boats. That was hard.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Not easy.
So this is just a freaking impressive movie to this day.
Yeah.
Just 100%.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what kind of pizza is it?
Pizza.
Pizza.
It's a saltwater
No fish pizza
taffy
jokes.
Anchovies.
Oh my god.
shark pizza.
This is shark fin soup pizza.
Oh,
that
that's
sounds
really
disgusting,
unethical.
yeah.
I wish you
but
hadn't
that's
gone.
why I like it.
I wish you hadn't gone. Oh my god.
It's a status symbol.
Now you've really taken our show into the garbage. Jeez. Thanks, Taylor.
He fished it
My
out
bad.
first.
Very classy.
Put it in a different garbage.
Yeah, you know, they could have got rid of that shark real quick if they just let the Chinese...
Oh, it's easy.
I usually throw out the fin.
Yeah, they just cut the fin and let it die.
I don't like the fin in it.
I don't like
just
the fin.
throw
I
it
just
out.
toss that.
Why didn't they just reach over and cut off his fin when he was going by?
There you go.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do, apparently.
They die.
You kill him. Wait,
Pizza.
Fake rubber pizza.
Focus,
Easy.
guys.
fake rubber pizza.
That's very impressive and
that
satisfying.
reminds me of that line in Back to the Future 2.
I was thinking that too.
The shark still looks fake.
That's funny. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, real talk though.
Real talk.
What kind of pizza is this movie?
Oh, I got it. This is a delicious pepperoni and cheese pizza made in a brick oven, and some red pepper flakes, little cup-shaped pepperonis.
Wait a second.
A little bit of grease in there
Wait
in
a
each of the
second.
cups, and it's fresh and delicious. And
Wait a second.
that's it.
Packet of Parmesan cheese.
I would even put a packet of Parmesan cheese on top of that, and I would share it with Taylor.
Taylor, what are you going to do now?
Well,
He took your rating.
since Kenny
D.
is sharing it with me,
Yeah,
I will have that pizza, and that
You guys are just sharing
we're gonna
that?
share Jaws.
See, I knew you were going to say that, and I cannot say anything more accurate for this
It's
movie.
super accurate.
Like I
That's
don't
what
want to
it
make.
is.
I don't even want to make jokes about this movie. This is sacred territory.
Okay.
It's just a perfect pizza.
When you go to culinary school and you learn all the different techniques about how to make food and whatnot,
Okay.
then today you're going to learn how to make a pizza,
Go on.
right? And so you study it and everything, and you learn from the masters, and then you try to make it. But the pizza that you're learning from, that's Jaws.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Damn.
Very nice. Very
That's
nice.
good.
I'm not
That's
sure
good.
what's on it, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's that.
Yeah, it's
So
that.
That's that.
You need to say, need not say
no more.
Need say no more.
Say no more. Say no more.
Say no more. Need I say more?
More.
More.
A nod is as good as a wink to a blind bat.
Sounds good.
All right, you heard it here first, folks.
A fish fried is one in the bucket.
Hey, that you've been listening to a fish story.
That's like shooting elk with some arrows.
Yeah.
just like shooting womp rats down in Beggar's Canyon.
You know what
Blue
they
milk.
say. All right. Well, that was something.
Right. Star,
Wait, it
Star
has.
Wars
Wait,
hour.
whoa.
Huh?
Whoa.
What?
Has this been the talkies?
Okay, fine. Yeah. This has been the Talkies.
Oh,
All right.
Good. Okay, I was
Carmen Line
wondering.
Studios,
Carmen Line Studios.
which is a company that makes the Talkies.
Carmen Line Studios is a. I'm looking at it. It's
not even a company,
It's disillusioned.
Carmen Line Studios is Kenny D and Taylor making the Talkies. That's all it is right now. Someday it might be more again, but that's what it is now, and
Hey.
that's what brought you the Talkies. You're welcome.
Hey guys,
What?
listeners, we're still making the movie that we talked about that we're making.
We are
Which one?
The one that we've been making for years now.
Fifth in Maine.
Yeah.
Prove it.
You know what's weird is that when it comes out, it's gonna be about COVID, even though
Yeah, that's terrible.
even
I know,
though
I
that's
hate
not
that.
what it was.
I really do hate that.
We made a movie about someone being quarantined before quarantine was cool.
Yeah. What year did we shoot?
It was literally 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
We shot a movie about a man getting put into quarantine.
Yeah.
We're prophetic.
Damn.
Oh,
That's
and
crazy.
the movie is about prophecy. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh, you know, we should embrace it. We should retcon it and make it about COVID.
It's about how the flying spaghetti monster made COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, the hazmat workers could be trying to force him to take a vaccine.
Yeah.
And then they murder him for
Yeah.
wearing masks.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great movie.
That sounds
People will love.
Oh, don't look
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
I looked.
I saw that.
I tried to watch it.
I watched the trailer.
I didn't like it.
I didn't really like it either. Me and Alejandro both didn't like it.
Well, this has been the Talkies.
Well, I'm not watching it. This has been the Talkies, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.